Coming up on Mountain News this morning, hospitals struggle to find more workers as the Commonwealth sees a jump in cases of COVID, and a committee chosen to discuss the potential future for medical marijuana comes together for another meeting at the state capitol.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. Almost 5 o'clock and it's Wednesday. I'm Dakota Makris. We're at the middle of the work week. I think we can make it through. Let's take it over to Brandon this morning. And Brandon, well, it's pretty much quiet this morning. Nothing really to talk about. I didn't see any fog on my way in. So
you have like a 2-minute drive.
That's true. And also, like I said before, I'm just laser focused on getting here, especially, when the clock is getting closer to that 4:30 mark. I'm telling on myself right now.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, so it was foggy at times, not the whole way in from through parts of 3 counties, but when I got closer to Hazard, started getting a little less foggy. But there is a little bit of rain out there this morning. It is very small. It's right there on the Harlan-Lee County line going across the border there along 421, but a couple of showers out there this morning. One sprinkle over into parts of southern Leslie County, so keep an eye on that. Fog is thick and dense in some spots, but not as bad as yesterday, at least on the sensors anyway. The only spots we're really watching this morning, Logan, even though it's showing 8 miles, you see the coloring there showing the denser fog behind that sensor. 5 miles, or less, actually half a mile there at Ashland this morning, 1.5 miles at Harlan, and 2.5 miles at Jacksboro. So again, just be careful out there. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s this morning. 63 Clintwood to 73. Just double checking that. Yep, in Somerset and Monticello this morning. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Breakfast forecast, get ready for some rumbles of thunder off and on throughout today. But I do think the main action comes tonight as temperatures climb to close to 90 this afternoon. Cold front sweeps through overnight, and that could bring us some potential for some stronger storms. More on that in a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, just like many businesses and organizations, hospitals are having a hard time finding enough workers. Dr. David Worthy with Baptist Health Corbin says we are seeing an increase in COVID cases, but they are mild. However, he says hospitals cannot find enough nurses and other staff members to fill their floors to take care of COVID and non-COVID patients. He says he worries about a surge in cases.
If you can't take care of them in the hospital, where are they going to be? They're going to be in the ER, and your emergency rooms are going to get overwhelmed. And you don't want the sickest of the patients in your emergency room. You want to get them out of there and to the right floor with the highest capabilities.
Dr. Worthy says the hospital is training nurses through externship programs. Governor Andy Beshear's Team Kentucky Medical Cannabis Advisory Committee met in Frankfort Tuesday evening. Members say since the committee was formed a little more than 1 month ago, it has gotten at least 2,700 emails of support. Yesterday, dozens of people lined up to share their stories, their battles, and their beliefs that medical marijuana could be the saving grace for thousands of Kentuckians. Committee member Julie Cantwell, whose son suffers from seizures and has to go out of state to get treatment, says she can relate to their stories.
It is very frustrating because I know that a lot of children are suffering. And I'm sure that they're watching, and I'm sure that the opposition is watching, and I hope that they will take something from this. I hope that they hear these veterans' stories. I hope that they hear these moms' stories.
Well, there is one final town hall scheduled for Monday in Hopkinsville. You can also submit input online. We have a link to that over on our website. The city of Hyden partnered with Mountain Comprehensive Care Center to host the city's first recovery rally yesterday. Multiple outreach organizations set up at Hyden City Park, offering their resources to those in need. The rally even featured testimonies from MCC staff members and other people in recovery, sharing stories of how and why they chose to overcome addiction.
I mean, when you get somebody in recovery, they can help the next person. That's the people it takes and the people it's going to take to, help this area. I mean, that's what we got to do.
The event also offered harm reduction resources and supplies aiming to impact these substance abuse issues in any way they can. Hyden Mayor Carol Joseph says she was pleased to see how many people came out for the rally, and she hopes the city and MCCC can partner to host more events in the future. An outpatient program for those in recovery now has its own location in Hazard to continue its mission. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center recently opened its intensive outpatient program facility on Combs Road here in Hazard. offering a larger and more comfortable space for those in recovery to gather and receive tips and support from counselors and other staff members to continue their recovery journey.
It's a safe place for them to come. They can come in. Some of the individuals that work there are in recovery themselves, so they can say, I've been there, I've done that. I also can give you these techniques to get better.
The facility is open from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday, and officials say there will be a ribbon cutting ceremony for the facility in the near future. The Kentucky Blood Center is asking you for you to play your part in giving the gift of life. The center says it is in desperate need for local blood donors. Summertime is a critical time for KBC as it has high levels of transfusions and not enough donors. Negative blood types are encouraged, but other blood types are welcome as well. The center encourages people to sign up.
Now we really need people to take immediate action. We need people to sign up and get in here at the blood centers. We've got 8 locations throughout the state. We've also got more than 2,000 mobile drives where we're out into the communities, places of business, places of worship.
If you're interested in donating, you can go to kybloodcenter.org. You can type in your county and city and book a time slot. The Perry County Farmers Market set up outside Hazard ARH yesterday. Originally, the Kentucky Blood Center Bloodmobile was planned to take donations, but due to mechanical issues, the organization was unable to make it. But this gave the community and ARH employees the chance to shop local.
ARH wants to provide more healthy, more options for our staff and our community members. And so we hope that by inviting people on site here to our hospital that we're able to do that for the community.
Organizers say the next pop-up market at the hospital is August 16th, and ARH hopes to have the Bloodmobile back at the next event. Well, thank you so much for getting your Wednesday started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, tens of millions of Americans brace for possible record-beating temperatures. We'll have more on the latest round of sizzling heat in just a few minutes.
Well, the forecast looks mainly dry for the next few hours. We're watching a cold front take aim at the Commonwealth later tonight. I'll track it out for you in about 3 minutes.